Hi everyone, this is Athar Afzal again, single Muslim divorced dad. So today is September 16th, 2018, and as these thoughts keep coming to my mind, I just keep recording them, and then as the viewers watching them, they can sort of help themselves in their journey of their divorce. So one of the first things I want to begin with is, again, disclaimer, if you happen to know who I was married to or my 3 children, please don't put it down in the notes or respect our privacy, because this is only about me processing my journey, but it's also about how others can process their journey and to sort of expedite the process. So there's a thing about the expediting part, because I'm going to go into a little bit more. So today's video is on forgiveness. So I'll give you this one. When I told one of my friends, a colleague at work, his first name is Paul, I said to him, this is what I'm going through, and he's like, oh, okay. So he said, one of the things you need to learn is forgiveness. There are a whole slew of videos out on the internet, and you can read about the importance of forgiveness, but here's why you have to forgive in order to move on. And this took me a long time to understand, well, why do I have to forgive? Because I'm sure that the woman I was married with would come to me and say, well, wait a second, I owe her forgiveness and I don't have enough remorse about what I did. And I'd flip the script and say, well, wait a second, you don't have enough remorse and you didn't even ask for forgiveness. So there's always this constant battle. But here's the thing about forgiveness. It's not about accepting, sorry, looking at my notes. It's not about accepting what happened to you is okay. It's actually accepting the fact of your past. It was what was preordained upon you. And whether it was done with that woman, or if you were married to a woman watching the show, that if your husband did this to you, it was just an acceptance of whatever happened to you in the past and then moving on from there. So it's just purely about accepting the past and then moving on. So an interesting example he said is, it's like holding a hot coal in your hand, and that, in order to get rid of it, is about forgiveness. So you're holding this hot coal, sorry, the camera's off. This coal is burning your fingers and your hands, and the moment you let go of it, you can let the healing process begin. In my healing process, what happened was, I actually said to myself, I forgive her, right? And then the next day I said to myself, oh, wait a second, I want to take it back. Why am I being a fool in forgiving her? So here's what I learned. It is a process of forgiving the other person. So you take these step-by-step process. What if they came up to me? What if she comes up to me and says, can you forgive me? I would feel like a fool because I never did and I wasn't prepared for it, and that would be wrong. So the key is for me to be at peace with the past, with who she is, good or bad, because there's great things about her. I will always say there's great things about her. There's obviously bad things about her. She is a human being. There's great things about me, and there's bad things about me as well. I'm a human too. It's just that the moment that we were together, we could not see those good things about each other, or whatever it might be. We may be ignoring it, or we might have high expectations of each other, whatever it may be. But it's just to forgive and to allow what I have and to move on with what I have. So what I have is, I have 3 children that I share with her, and we try and raise these children to the best of our abilities as a father and as a mother. That's it. It's very hard to get to that point, but when you do get to that point, you will find that it's the most releasing and happiest event. You feel like you have shed off a layer of your skin and you've just moved on into a new era of your life. You've just embarked on a brand new journey, and it's quite exciting. Because it's one thing where you're forgiving somebody, but you have allowed the past to process and you've moved on. It's not about, if I didn't forgive, I would just be arrogant and I would be playing into a worse person than I was during the marriage. I would have actually become a worse person, and the whole goal is to become a better person and a better outcome from this. And that's exactly what your children need to see. Your children need to see that you are strong enough that no matter how much somebody hurts you, you can still move on. And I'm sure I hurt her too, and I'm sure she has moved on with her journey as well, and she's probably forgiven and accepted her past and just moved on and said, look, we were married from one day to the next, whatever finite period of time we were married, and that ended, and then we moved on, and that's it. So accepting that part of our lives is a huge thing. I would like to see other people tell me about what their journey was in forgiveness. Thank you very much. Hopefully this helps out a little bit. but I would like to hear people's comments to see how they've been able to forgive and literally let go. Again, it's a journey of you forgiving, then taking it back, then you forgiving, then taking it back, and so on and so on, until you hit a point where you say, all is forgiven, all has been accepted in the past, and I've moved on. Now, it's not about them asking you forgiveness. It's not about them saying I'm sorry. It's not about them not saying I don't think I did anything wrong. It's not that. It's about you accepting your past and whatever was decreed upon you as the thing that was the rightful thing for you. Thank you very much.